Hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, friends, wherever, whenever that you might be tuning in here. This is Yonks with REtoken, the real estate DAO, and joined here with me tonight, we also have Mrs. Yonks and Blur's Day. Welcome to our third blockchain bootcamp for real estate working group. And this is something that super excited. This is really a culmination of multiple different things. We just did Token Summit here, not even 2 months, or not even 1 month ago. Man, it's been a busy, what do you call it? 2022 already. And we are barely have just a couple more weeks left of Q1. And what is this boot camp that we're creating here? Anyway, let's take a look at the agenda. Thank you, Mrs. Yonks, for helping to prepare some of our agenda here for this evening. And we're going to hop right in here real quick. And this is Notion. And for those that may or may not be familiar with Notion, this is something that I've been working on getting updated here to better show all the projects that we're working on. And this is one of the things that we still have to put forward as far as an official proposal with REtoken, the real estate DAO. This bootcamp is a tokenized product that we are building here. April 23rd will be the very first boot camp that we're going to be delivering, and we've got a very generous affiliate program that is still a work in progress. But let me take a look at the gallery view, and this is something that I was working on getting updated here to kind of make a nice representation of the projects that are here within the Triple Win Foundation. And this is, again, an ongoing work in progress. And the one that we're talking about here tonight is, again, the RETCamp. That's a token that we created. You'll have to take a look at our previous working groups on that, whether YouTube or whatever the channel is. But anyway, let's hop into our agenda here this evening. So let me make this a little bit bigger. Let me click here so it's not all highlighted. So one of the things that wanted to very briefly discuss is a snapshot proposal. And the reason that wanted to discuss this here tonight during our blockchain bootcamp, RETCamp working group is because this will have a play into our ability of processing, like right now. And if you could, Mrs. Yonks, get me the link there for the Eventbrite. We do have this bootcamp, our very first one, coming up on April 23rd. And welcome, Dax, to our third working group here tonight. But I was just talking about this snapshot proposal, and let me actually show where Blurs and I were having some fun conversation. I'm going to just turn on streamer mode here on Discord. And this is, we like talking about best practices all the time, and we're find, implement, evaluate, and refine. I can't remember if that was the correct order as far as best practices, but I'm just enabling streamer mode here on Discord right now. And here is the proposal that we're talking about. This is the REtoken DAO Discord, and I did get the banner updated. Wanted to send a thanks again to D-Size. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right there or not, but actually utilized that here too, and wanted to see what everybody thought, because one of the things that was slightly different about and this was me updating the POAP to align with the slight coloration change on our social media banners, but changed the color for RE, which is real estate, from the same blue color to a white, and then also the real estate DAO tagline here. So what does everybody think? How do you like the color changes with the new social media banners and on the POAP here?
Looks all right.
All right, cool. And that's one of the things, I don't think it makes sense right now, but I see a thumbs up from Dax on the Zoom there. So thank you for that, Dax. And that's one of the things that from a timeline standpoint, maybe in Q2 or Q3, maybe do a logo refresh. Our logo right now is eerily similar to Proppy's. And side note, had an absolutely fabulous summit there in Miami. I was there 3 or 4 days last week. Proppy held their first, what it sounds like is going to be an annual event, and was talking to Joe, the chief revenue officer there at Proppy, and it sounded like they were expecting 100 to 200 registrations, and they had 400. So there was a lot higher turnout than they were expecting, and that's definitely something that I will put on my calendar for participating in. And the real thing here about this boot camp, one of the reasons that we're creating this boot camp, Blockchain Bootcamp for Real Estate 101, is that we've seen that where there's an immense need to provide education. And that's one of the things where us being the real estate DAO, we saw the need and the opportunity to put this forward. And this wasn't something that we really had on our roadmap. And based upon the experience that we garnered from delivering a virtual event for Token Summit on International DAO Day, February 22nd, we are leaning into amplifying the need and opportunity through this bootcamp. But anyway, getting back to the agenda here, this is our Discord, and we have a DAO and governance section here for voting proposals. And this is one of the things that put forward earlier today. Let me close this. I'll open that threaded view. And there was a little bit of conversation that Blurs and I had, which was fun. He created the thread. Thank you for that, Blurs. And this was the proposal. Let me actually go ahead and open this here in a window. Let me bring this into the window that you guys can see on the live stream. So snapshot.org, if you're not familiar, is where we do our governance. It's a very popular space platform for, and for those that may or may not know, DAOs, Decentralized Autonomous Organization, is a framework for organizing work and projects like ours that we're creating here. So snapshot.org, here is the proposal that is that we're talking about here. Resolution to open a new business checking account at bluevine.com for REtoken. And going back to the Discord thread over here, provided some conversation because there was some previous proposals for this, one of which was at avantibank.com. And it looks like they might be doing a new slight branding refresh on that, but I went there and it still doesn't look like able to onboard new accounts. And then we went through the process with uphold.com, and uphold.com, we weren't sure if that would really be like a bank account, but they were actually wanting 3 months of bank statements from REtoken, which we were not able to provide. So Bluevine is something that showed up on my radar when opening up an account for Triple Win Foundation. Triple Win Foundation will functionally be the nonprofit organization that we're building REtoken under. And that's one of the things that we still have an opportunity to make a better proposal on that. It's not like a super high priority because I would like to, one of the things that we just did here is created and still doing some paperwork with the Wyoming Secretary of State on Triple Win Foundation. And we are organizing Triple Win Foundation as a nonprofit corporation, and we are planning to obtain 501c3 status on that. We'll have more conversations in another time on that. But here's the proposal for this. This is an opportunity for anybody that holds REtoken. Go vote on this. I'm actually going to go vote on it whenever I created the proposal earlier. I put it forward a little bit from a timing standpoint, but it's a very basic proposal. This is functionally a resolution similar to like a corporate resolution. This is our resolution. So tried to put in some verbiage that somebody would be familiar with. And in here, similarly to the previous ones that already referenced on the Discord thread there, so myself or Amy to act on behalf through this proposal for opening an account at Bluevine. And let me tell you, folks, if you're looking for a business checking account, Mrs. Yonks and I, she can attest more than me. We've opened more than our fair share of business accounts as serial entrepreneurs in the last 5 years. And this was an absolutely fabulous process. And why Bluevine.com? So the other important thing of this, transferring of funds, any transferring of funds in or out of this newly created account will require a separate proposal for authorization. And one of the reasons that we're wanting to talk about that again, this account tonight, is this will functionally provide us a means to open a Stripe.com account. Stripe does a lot of online payments processing. Unlock protocol, which we're planning on utilizing for our NFT ticketed bootcamp here, has an integration with Stripe.com. So anyway, why Bluevine.com? Listed on NerdWallet is the 10 best business checking accounts here, and has an excellent rating on Trustpilot. And I would give it a 5 myself based upon now. Fast forward here 6 months from now, who knows what that'll be. But as far as onboarding a new business checking account, the experience that had there with Triple Win Foundation was unprecedented for ease of opening a new account. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and vote on this. Let me make sure I've got my wallet connected. I do. And I'm going to vote. This proposal is set to close at 4:20 Mountain on Sunday in 5 days. And the timing for that, it'll give us an opportunity on our community call tomorrow at 7 Eastern. And then again, we have a working group for Triple Win DAO, and that's pretty much going to be an umbrella working group where we can talk about whatever projects that we have going on. The 3 Eastern time on Sunday has been historically solid for getting our key contributors together. And that's until we have a reason to look at some other times. And one of the things here, like this isn't a normally scheduled time frame that we have, but this is going to be our main focus here for the next 4 to 6 weeks. This blockchain bootcamp for real estate 101. As Mrs. Yonks could tell, I'm very optimistic as far as the opportunity. And one of the things that's very exciting about this is that we are doing a very generous 50% affiliate program. And we'll have some conversations more about that later. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and vote on this. This is a call to action if you own, hold, REtoken to vote on that. And right now, the only way that you can acquire REtoken is by participating. And one of the things that I wanted to do here tonight, we've been utilizing a new platform for, I got an error here. I don't know if you saw that. Let me see. Let me try again. So yes, vote is in. All right. So anyway, one of the things that I was wanting to talk about is DWork. This is a bounty board task management that we put in place very, very recently here. And we have a couple boards, organizations. Here's REtoken, the real estate DAO. So one of the things that I was wanting to see from a workflow standpoint is we, again, reward REtoken. I'm going to see here about like just creating this for a, see if this will make one of our processes easier to get REtoken rewarded more quickly. So let's see, I'm going to put a tag on here, working group, and we'll put a live stream, and I'm going to change the approver to REtoken DAO. And one of the things that we love about this is that it makes we REtoken, and we also launched a token for that's what this $ RETCamp is. So we're going to do 2 task points, doing 1 task point per hour. And the reason that we really love DWork is that we can use our social token here for, let's see, and let me see if I've got myself, we'll put Mrs. Yonks, Blur's Day in DAX, and let's see, I'm going to go ahead and create. Did I get it? I don't know if I got this. I'm going to, let's see, 50 REtoken. So let's go ahead and put the submission on here. I'm just going to do the share the live stream on here. And I'll go ahead and here's the YouTube live stream. Here's the link to the live stream, and I'll upload the video thumbnail in here too. And I've been thoroughly impressed with how fabulous this tool is. And I'll put a link in here to the agenda too, so that we've got the backlink there. So if anybody sees this later. And let's see if we can just pay out the, this will be, if we can pay this out here on this live stream, this will be the fastest payout in the history of REtoken for getting a REtoken payout for one of our events. So let's see, this is the agenda meeting notes, and where's that link to Notion? Here it is. And on one of our channels, the DAO Hack, Mrs. Yonks and I did a demo of DWork, and it's a very, very easy tool. We're using this to replace Trello, and that's kind of an ongoing work in process. But this REtoken DAO, one of the things that I personally do is I have profiles. This makes it easier for managing different, like here, this is the REtoken hot wallet. I'll probably need to sign in. And oh, side conversation. Unfortunately, Amy's not on here tonight, but we were telling Amy about LastPass and recommending that to her. So LastPass is a tool that Mrs. Yonks and I believe Blur's Day uses LastPass, and it's great. And the thing that makes it better is the ability to generate much more secure passwords. And then one of the things that's actually even more secure, instead of like typing in a password, it's actually more secure to utilize a password tool like LastPass and paste it in. Because if you've got some malware like a keylogger, then that password doesn't get logged by the keylogger.
And another fun fact is that it's really, really extra hard to type in a 45-character randomly generated password with letters, numbers, and symbols on a Roku remote when you accidentally out of your Amazon and an Airbnb that's 1,000 miles away. So just pointing that out.
Right? No, true story. So let's see if we can get this paid out. So again, here's the REtoken hot wallet. And this is one of the things that we can potentially explore from a workflow standpoint. The thing that's fabulous about DWork is it does support a industry best practice like Gnosis safe multi-sig, which we do use here at REtoken as well. So anyway, let me go in. So here's the one that's in process. Let's see, I think it's, I don't know if, where it went. Did I get it created? Maybe I. Oh, it's in the blockchain bootcamp. So it's in the wrong board. Let me just copy this link right here. So I'm going to actually just share this too in our live stream. So we have the live stream channel over here, and I should just do anyway. We're already halfway into our live stream or our working group. So here is the bounty board, and I think it creates a. Oh yeah, let me show this too. So in this DAO Gov and Ops category here on Discord, is it automatically creates a thread for this. And this is one of the things that I actually really like here. So And I see Blur's put in a little sticker there on Discord. So let me go back to the Hot Wallet browser profile and just paste in this link. Oh, I didn't get it pasted in the live stream chat here real quick. So here's the bounty board task. And this is the right there. And link to DWork task. So this is us just experimenting right here as far as some workflow for improving again, so that we can reward. Now, one of the things that we're doing here with this blockchain bootcamp for real estate that's also very different, this is our first time doing this as well, is that we're basically tokenizing this product / event. The product, an event, is anything blockchain bootcamp for real estate. We're doing this one as a 101. But if we do another series like a 201 or 301 or whatever, then that would, again, fall under the same token, the RETCamp that we've created. And one of the ways that we use that, do you want to talk about that, Tyler, while I'm going to go through and approve this here real quick? As far as our token.
For the boot camp?
Yeah, just the way it's like a proof of participation. Like right now, everybody that's here on our working group tonight is going to get 50 REtoken.
Yeah, well, one of the things that has gotten increasingly popular are airdrops into creating markets. And so there's a couple things. One is, since we don't have the ability to buy REtoken, you have to earn it. But the question that comes up is, okay, that's cool. I'd like the program, I support the community, but sort of then what? So there's a couple things. One is we want to start driving more votes. And we tried Collabland. I think some people thought it was a little bit confusing. We are trying to make it much easier for people who earn REtoken to immediately bridge it in. That was another thing. Several people I'd reached back out to, that we hadn't seen them around in a little while, and they said, oh, well, I never got REtoken last time. And they realized later that they had it, they just hadn't bridged it in. So we want to make sure that people get it, that they use it for governance, they vote. If they haven't bridged it in, that we get better at following up with them and getting it all bridged in. And my ideal situation would be that we just start tagging REtoken and maybe everyone for certain things. I think a lot of people, if they don't want to participate, then they just kind of turn off at everyone. But I want to reach out to anybody that's ever participated to keep inviting them back. It's pretty easy to earn REtoken, and we would like to give away a lot more of it. We are starting to bring a lot more people into the community new off of bounties. And just today, some of you guys may have saw that, some of you may have seen, there was an Austrian film producer who popped in and said, hey, I can make films, but he's in Salzburg, and I think that's plus 7 or 8 hours from where we are. So just being able to say, hey, we'd love to have a 5-minute video about something, you want to make a bounty on it, we'd love to have new logos, let's make a bounty on it, and give more people the opportunity to earn as much as we can. So if we end up doing a bigger airdrop later on, or we do some different tokenomics, that we give the early people, you guys here, an opportunity to earn as much as you can on that.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we've been very intentional to be consistent as far as our tokenomics here. It's not any fancy tokenomics, because one of the things that's very different about REtoken, the real estate DAO, is that we are taking a security token path to market, not only for our community, our DAO, but also when we're going to be tokenizing real estate, is again taking a security token path to market. Not going to go into detail as far as what that looks like. Now, I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work. This is, again, us testing some workflow. One of the things that I noticed, and this is just me making an observation here, is that whenever I approved the submission, it had removed the assignees. Now, I'm not sure what this is going to look like, having 4 people be assignees on this one card task as far as the payment stuff goes, but let's go ahead and see here. And again, let's click on the pay button. And I don't know if this does a multi-sin or I don't think so. So this is one of the things. And this would be something that we can follow up to. So it's doing a Charlie 70 Bravo, and I don't know, that's definitely not my address. We'll see what it does here on the confirm. I'm gonna juice up the gas here to high because Matic is cheap compared to on mainnet. That's one of the reasons that we deployed our social token on Polygon, is so that stuff like this doesn't cost a lot of money
Okay,
to send out our
I
social
love that
token.
you've got the gas on high and still showing it 0. That's how cheap it is.
Right?
You haven't crossed the thing to 1 cent yet.
So, and this is again something.
Okay, so it says processing payment, so that's great. So it should be here.
Yeah, but I don't think that it's going to all 4 of us that are participating on the working group. Anyway, we can take that offline. We'll make sure that everybody gets paid out on this here. And this is, again, the first time that we're trying this. And this may be an opportunity to make things easier on this type of a dynamic where this might be a feature request where, because it does have, there are capabilities of doing multi-sin transactions. Like most, actually, almost all of the bounties and airdrops that we've done here for REtoken have been facilitated through a multi-sin using coinvice.co. And let me, since I brought it up here, here's our social page on Coinvice. I'll throw this in the live stream so that everybody has it as well. Our platform we minted REtoken on is Coinvice, and here's the profile page for REtoken, the real estate DAO on Coinvice. So this would be another page here, Tyler, that you could update using those new social banners that we got there. And I should probably I should probably go ahead and update the logo while we're going through that process too, to just have it be in line there, just from a branding consistency standpoint. So anyway, if you could make note as far as the next action on that, on the whomever on our agenda, that would be great to make sure that we don't forget about that. And that's probably something that we should even create a bounty for. But anyway, this is one of the things that I love about this is that it shows, and it's been a little while since done an airdrop here on Coinvice. So anyway, let's get back onto our agenda, and let me refresh this because I'm sure that payment's gone through here now. So let's go back over here. It's still saying processing, so I was wrong. So anyway, getting back to our agenda, we've got a lot of agenda. I'm going to close out these windows here. Talked about all this stuff already. Go vote if you hold REtoken. So here is our agenda. So we discussed the snapshot proposal here. Check this off. So one of the things that started talking about here on our working group on Sunday is expansion into new markets. And right now, Token Town is our flagship project, the HOA Destroyer. And one of the reasons that we're talking about this here tonight is that this is a component of our expansion strategy using Meetup. And that's something that we'll talk a little bit about here. And I'm wondering if it might be better to, anyway, let me just show this real quick. There's not a whole lot of detail on this. So how to expand into a new market. This is a very rough draft. And when I say this is 3-Win DAO, REtoken DAO, Token Town, Our Home Co-op. Our Home Co-op is really where we're wanting to help renters become owners through cooperative housing. And here's the just a pretty high level thing that was creating as far as a strategy for launching a new market. So like create, determine expansion states. Right now, we're talking about Tennessee, Texas, and Florida. The reason some people might be, well, why is Tennessee of interest? We have several core contributors, key contributors here in REtoken in Tennessee. So having some leaders, because we really believe that everything rises and falls on leadership. And this is an opportunity for those, and I'm putting this out to the universe. If you want to be a leader as a real estate professional, real estate investor, or an entrepreneur such as ourselves that saw the opportunity with real estate plus blockchain technology, it's an unprecedented opportunity to get some early positioning. Reach out to us. We'd love to have some conversations with you. And it doesn't matter if you're here in the US or international, because this real estate's obviously a global opportunity. We're taking a pretty myopic view as far as from the US standpoint, because we like to say that the security token path is a tough nut to crack here. So wanted to, and this is kind of coming back to these 5 steps that have done here. This is something that we have done for all 5 of these steps for Colorado. So let me actually show real quick the meetup group for REtoken here in Colorado. And this is our longest running. We now have 3 meetup groups that Mrs. Yonks and I have set up. And this is it here. I'll put this link in the live stream for everybody. Here is our, this is one of 3 meetup.com groups we have started in Colorado. One, REtoken, the real estate DAO in Colorado. So going back to that. And the great thing about Meetup is it's basically like a funnel. People are looking for real estate. We've positioned this again as the real estate DAO in Colorado. And this is one of the things that we're going to get better at. Like you can see here, this is a part of the REtoken. This is one of the opportunities of integrating REtoken into the Triple Win Foundation ecosystem. Because let me show you the other meetup group that we've got. This is one, this is again, Tyler and I experimenting. This is obviously a much more crypto forward meetup group here with Web3, DAOs, NFTs, and Metaverse in Colorado. Tyler and I have launched a social token specifically for this meetup group. That's one of the things that we love doing as far as just experimenting with, and really kind of goes in the tokenize the world modality that we're building in. So this is our second meetup group. And let me just put a 2 here. There's that one. And again, that was obviously the much more crypto forward meetup group. And we've got our founding citizen NFT on there for Token Town, Colorado, the HOA Destroyer. And then the third meetup group and this is the latest one that we launched. This is our Cooperative Housing Investment Club. So the cooperative housing, that's the letter R, home.coop, nothing there yet. This is very preliminary. This is functionally the first, and this is something that we've been talking about, very excited as far as utilizing the investment club. So going back to where we're talking about here. So those are really, and the reason that it's in these tiers, because there are costs associated. Each one of these meetup groups right here has a $30 a month price tag. And the reason that we're bringing this forward right now, our expectation is that we are going to promote this blockchain bootcamp for real estate in all 3 of these groups, because it will absolutely talk to the target audiences in all 3 of these groups. So let me put this link in here for our third meetup group in this local meetup strategy. And this is again, the Cooperative Housing Investment Club, where the vision with that is to help renters become owners. And we believe that the best vehicle for doing that is cooperative housing and then tokenizing that. And that's one of the things that, anyway, we'll talk more about that later. So again, got a lot of agenda. Want to stop here and allow anybody on our live stream to throw up some questions. Again, right now we're talking about, and this is something that I'm planning on putting forward a temp check on right now on Discord for these 3 states here. Again, Tennessee, Texas, and Florida. And Texas, lots of reasons why Texas is on the list. Lots of reasons why Florida is on the list. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking and let somebody else have some conversation here because I've been talking a lot already.
So Dax Blurs, what do you guys think about the in real life meetup hybrid strategy?
I'd like to see how I think it's great, first of all, but I'd like to see how the progress of the Colorado one is going. I mean, there's only so many resources that the DAO has right now, and expanding into 3 additional states is going to require resources from, some of the core folks to get things going. So that's a consideration that definitely needs to be taken.
Yeah, that's a great point. So there's a couple things. One is it's a little chicken or the egg. We're trying to figure out what makes more sense to find where we have 1 or more contributors and start building, or to see if we can use this to attract new people who then become core contributors. So yeah, we're excited to see how things work out here in Denver first. And just something for you guys to think about if you would like to start hosting these things. It shouldn't be a huge time commitment, but and we're doing a lot of stuff. It's actually kind of funny. What we've noticed is, and I always associate meetup with local, but I guess after COVID and everything's virtual now, most of our Denver group is actually not in Denver. So I'm looking at the back end of it where I can see everybody's locations, and there's a significant part of our community that's not in Denver, and some of them aren't even in the United States. So I think we've got some cool opportunities to build out some local people with some local events, and then to expand virtual to multiple cities at the same time.
Yeah, and the thought on this too, and that's kind of why I started breaking down the how to expand page here, because like each meetup group, like I talked about there, has a cost. And, like the opportunity for us to start off with the REtoken meetup group first. And one of the things that's fabulous about this Meetup Pro framework is, and let me actually do this here in this window, because I think that this is where the meetup. So this is the meetup dashboard here for the 3Win DAO ecosystem that we're creating. So one of the big benefits of the Pro in the Meetup network is we have the opportunity to create an event, and then it can go to multiple groups very, very easily. So like this, that's a virtual event right here, the opportunity for us to amplify very easily through the Meetup Pro network. And this is one of the things that we've started exploring as far as from a had a phone conversation with the functionally is the sales account guy to help onboard new clients at Active Campaign. Active Campaign, for those that may or may not know, is a email marketing platform, provides CRM, customer relations management functionality. So, because these people that will be acquiring a ticket for Blockchain Bootcamp will be our customer, a paying customer. And this is something that Tyler linked up earlier. Let me actually, since never brought that up, let me do that now. And we'll put on here. And I think that fabulous. I had to say it there. I saw it on the live stream. So here is
I think that should end up in a PO app. I'm just throwing that out there.
Right. So here is our event. We already have the event live. One of the people that I was talking to in Miami bought a ticket, and this is one of the reasons that Tennessee was even higher on the list. Is he is from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and Rosetta Davis regularly. She's a real estate professional in Nashville. And then Amy has Memphis, Tennessee. So that's the Tennessee connection here. But that was one of the things that was so fabulous, was that one of the event goers here at this Proppies Crypto and Real Estate Summit that was just March 10th and 11th. You can check my Twitter feed. Did a lot of tweets, had a fabulous Twitter thread for that running. So anyway, here is the agenda for this, and this is an ongoing work in progress, and this is something just to put it out there. If anybody does end up watching this and you are a contributor, like you've got a project that's in the real estate blockchain space, whether it's from a processes standpoint or another tokenization project, whatever the case may be, we operate from the belief that there's an absolutely unlimited opportunity in everything regarding real estate plus blockchain. So we want this to be a very inclusive event where we can get contributors from a content standpoint, but then also one of the things that we've talked and we'll be talking more about here shortly is our marketing strategy. So anyway, that was kind of a segue as far as the meetup strategy a little bit, but like I said, working on putting some details together as far as what it'll look like to expand into these. The easiest opportunity is to launch. And let me actually show you here real quick. When we go back to the, so you can see here, this co-op housing investment club is a part of 3Win DAO. And right now there are 2 groups here in this. So as we, and I'll put the link here. This is the dashboard for our, hey, Julie, thanks for saying hi on the live stream. So here's the link to our 3Win DAO ecosystem. And this is, again, very preliminary as far as building this out. And we've got our Saturday morning book club, and here's a couple of the groups that are a part of this now. We're going to be swinging over this REtoken group here very, very soon. At the end of the month, I think it is, if I remember correctly. But like right now, I believe that most immediate opportunity is to launch the Texas, Tennessee, and Florida. And again, this is something that I'm going to be creating a tip check for. We'll be having some conversations on that. So I'm going to go ahead and before we move on, final opportunity for any discussion on this. We'll be discussing this more on our community call and then again on our working group on Sunday. All right, now marketing strategy. So thank you, Tyler, for the work that you did on this. So this is something that I created a page. Here's the working group that we're working off of right now. And these are the details here that Tyler put together. One of the things, and this is an opportunity that I'm very excited about, and we've had previous conversations about this, but this really plays into our strengths, is right now, I think the most immediate opportunity is to create a webinar, like a 30-minute, I think would be plenty of opportunity, 20 minutes where we would basically pitch Blockchain Bootcamp for Real Estate 101, and then have an AMA, and then work on closing them and have an affiliate opportunity. Like that's one of the things that we're talking about here. But that's one of the things that wanting to create a webinar marketing strategy. So here's one of the things, and this is something that I brought up, which platform to use. Wanted to bring this conversation up here real quick. And if you wanted to talk to this, Tyler, I'll defer to you on this one.
I will do my best. Brooke is trying to eat my laptop, so let me see what we can do here. So, okay, so on Hopin, we have a monthly subscription. Our monthly subscription comes with 100 registrants a month included within our subscription. If we want to go over 100, then we would need to either pay per person or switch it to an annual membership. Then we get $1,200 for the year. That does include all the registrants for everything we do. So the good news is that if we get great attendance on these webinars, one or two registrants will way more than cover whatever we're spending on Hopin. The other thing is that if for some reason they're not as well attended, we're not getting charged anything to put them on. So we get unlimited events. We can do a 30-minute event as often as we want to Hopin. On Clubhouse and Twitter Spaces, we can obviously do as many of those as we want for free. I would like to get some of those scheduled and on the books and get at least one or several of you to co-host. It's always a little awkward getting up there doing a monologue when you're the only one in the room. So that's kind of the plan right now. We may switch to a pre-record later on. Hopin does give us the ability to upload and then just basically upload a private YouTube and just spin it out, and then we'll jump in live for the last 10 minutes to answer any questions. But that's what we were thinking about. I have a good friend who's a realtor who I was having a one-on-one conversation with this afternoon. I said, she said, "Oh, you're doing this boot camp. What are you doing?" And I said, "I really want somebody that says, I don't know the difference between Bitcoin and an NFT, and I don't care. I have no idea what any of this stuff is. It all sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher. I don't know how any of it applies to me." And she's like, "Oh my God, that's me. That's all me. Everything about that's me." And I said, "Okay, great. You're the person I'm aiming at, because 2 years ago, that was me too. And I know exactly what and how to break things down for a professional audience. So we're pretty excited about this." She's like, "Oh my God, that sounds amazing. I'm going to sign up." And that was really encouraging, but it's also tough to have a million of those conversations one-on-one. So we're trying to have them more regularly. The other thing about this is that we are thinking about implementing a digital marketing strategy so we can start filling up the community with people that just find us on this one event. They're not necessarily interested in real estate tokenization. They're saying, "I don't know what blockchain is. I just want somebody to explain to me really, really clearly and fill in all the blanks. Like, what's a wallet? How do I get crypto? What does tokenization mean? I don't know what an NFT is. Why are people paying $4 million for JPEGs?" Just stuff like that we can go through and answer with this thing. That's on Hopin. One of the platforms we had evaluated when we were looking at DAO Day was called bigmarker.com. The pro of Big Markers, they do have a webinar package that it's got some pretty cool integrations. While you're streaming, you can also live tweet out. That's not really live. You just pre-program. It says when we're 23 minutes in to the thing, then send out this tweet. So you can make it look live when it's not really live. So that's really nice. The only thing about Big Marker is that we haven't used it yet, and it is an additional cost. Looked like a really cool tool. We had a great conversation with their sales rep. I thought they were really impressive. Jason was pretty excited about the auto Twitter and some of the webinar specialization. So it's really just a question of kind of how we want to allocate resources and what kind of digital marketing we want to do on this. But that the goal is just to make the advertising cash flow positive, so it doesn't really matter what we spend. If we're making more, then that'll just be it. So that's it.
All right, thanks for that, Tyler. And here is, so this is something that we'll still be having some conversations on as far as what platform makes sense to use. And this is one of the things, I don't know, Tyler, did you want to go ahead and just look at the calendar and go ahead and put on the calendar when we want to do our first webinar?
Yeah, let's take a look here.
Oh, and this would be a good opportunity here to mention that we do have a new Google Calendar that we put in place. Triple Win Foundation here on Discord. I've got an event where you can subscribe to it. Here's the new Google Calendar. And it's also in the start here, the Google Calendar right here.
We're hoping to make all this stuff a lot less spread out. So I know a lot of people were confused why REtoken had so much going on and then it's kind of stopped because they weren't in Token Summit. So we're going to try and start housing all of our events in one server, and potentially with some kind of an opt out if people don't want to see certain channels and that kind of thing, or they can just hide them or mute them.
Yeah, and we'll be having more conversation. That was actually something that was planning on discussing in an agenda slice at our upcoming community call tomorrow, Wednesday, March the 16th at 7 o'clock. We've got it here on the Google Calendar, community call, 3-1 DAO, REtoken, et cetera, et cetera. So that's one of the things. I'm not even sure how that's going to look like as far as anyway. Make sure that you get the Google Calendar. Again, got it linked up. I'll throw that link here real quick since talking about it on the live stream in the live stream channel. And let's see. Be sure to use the new Google Calendar. I'll put a little calendar emoji in here. I don't know if it'll transpose correctly or not, but here's that link for everybody. Add that. That's the easiest way that we found to stay apprised as far as the events occurring here. And we do reward people for participating in our events. So anyway, looking at the calendar here, when do we want to do this, Tyler? This is this week. Do we want to have it next week?
Friday's pretty open. If we could do, if you want more prep time, we could do a Clubhouse or a Twitter on Friday and do the webinar next week, or we can try and just start it on Friday as a test run and just see what we do and how it goes and kind of go from there.
You're talking Friday the 18th?
Friday the 12th, Friday here in a couple days. Oh wait, no, that's not right. I'm looking at the wrong date. Yeah, Friday the 18th.
Okay. What time do you think that'll be enough time to prepare like a slide deck and everything?
I think it should be fine. I mean, so there's a couple of things. One is most of this material we already have. I mean, I've been prepping for the conference anyway, so we can just kind of cut and paste. The other thing is, were you imagining this being more of a show, or do you just want to get up and talk? And how are you imagining you want the webinar to go?
No, I think that we should have basically like a slide pitch deck for this blockchain bootcamp for real estate. Talk about, who the target audience is, and to keep things simple. One of the things that I've really that was resonating, and this was again me refining that conversation, because I had lots of new conversations with people in Miami here at this summit that it was just at. And this is really geared for 3 buckets of people. And this is one of the things that I think Tyler's got fairly well broken out on the right here on the marketing strategy, who our target audience is. And this is real estate professionals, real estate investors. And then the other bucket is the renters who would like to become owners. And this is, again, something that we're architecting solutions for here through our cooperative housing model that we're building out. Because we really want, the reason for that is that we want this residential real estate tokenization to be sustainable and scalable and really solve solutions for the affordable housing crisis, but most importantly, the equitable affordable housing crisis. And we think that we can do that through a shared equity appreciation model. And I saw that you had this bucket here, students, young professionals. I really think that those people would probably fall under here, because I would anticipate that most of these students and young professionals are also these.
They probably do. I think most of the time when, you're talking to a 19-year-old, if something isn't aimed at a student, you don't necessarily think that it's that you're invited to it. So it's more of saying, I continue to be shocked at how many young people are so advanced in the space, and people that are, I met a kid the other day, a kid, he's like young enough to be our kid, who was 21 and he was already establishing himself as an influencer. This is kind of crazy. So it was more of we put in special student ticket pricing. I want to make this very affordable. I'm planning on giving out a few scholarships to anybody, if even that's a barrier to entry. I really want, this is the kind of thing where if I were 19 today, I would want somebody like me trying to get this in front of me and making it work. So yeah, they probably do qualify. more of a just one more way that I'm reaching out.
And that was one of the things I asked Tyler, what was the variation on the ticket pricing? And that's the student must have a EDU email address here. So good looking out for the students here in that conversation. So anyway, going back here to this, I really think that keeping it to 3 buckets makes it just easier as far as very succinctly communicating.
Fine. You can take it off. It doesn't matter.
Well, I brought it down here kind of like, and let me actually make it like a little turn this into a bullet point. So as far as the real estate professionals, what was the having this broken out in this manner?
Because those are Teresa and Rosetta's firms, and I didn't know if they might be interested in doing some sort of a internal promotion with their colleagues or whatever. No reason other than that.
Got it. Okay. So anyway, that's really the avatar, our ideal audience: real estate professionals, real estate investors, and or interested in real estate investing, and the renters who want to become owners that we're really gearing this to. So and again, the thing that we're really looking forward to, and let me go back to the calendar here real quick, because I wanted to get this on the calendar. So are you think that we can really have a pitch deck created by the 18th?
Well, look, we work under pressure, so it's our webinar. So I feel like if we schedule it, best case scenario, people sign up, we crunch, it's ready. Worst case scenario, nobody signs up and it doesn't matter. So, either way, I feel like this event's coming up quick. Yeah.
So what time do you want to put it on? I mean, put it here 7 o'clock. That seems to be a pretty solid time frame. That makes it
Friday night.
Yeah. You're the one that said Friday. I mean,
yeah, I know. I was thinking more, I don't know, maybe we should do should we do noon, or should we, I don't know. What do you think, Dex?
I'm wondering if we should go for a Sunday evening. Go ahead, Dex.
No, I was going to say Friday, afternoon would be good. Like, noon, like as Taylor said, noon would be good. Noon or 11 o'clock EST. That's what I'm thinking. It's kind of like a nice time. It's coming towards the weekend and trying to, people are just trying to, wrap up things, and I think it's a good way to, sneak in the webinar. It's a good time, I think.
You said noon on Friday?
Yeah, Friday noon EST would be good.
So what if we even stretch ourselves here? Because this is one of the things that I think would really be is the plan, is to do these a couple times a week. I do like that, Dax, because we're looking again to have this webinar be basically like introducing blockchain bootcamp for real estate is, I think, a great title for this. Because then the introduction, this webinar that we're talking about, looking at doing like a 30-minute webinar, and even if people are available, and this is again something that we're planning on positioning for free, because our expectation is that we should have a decently high conversion rate here. So what if we do our first one on Friday and then put one for Sunday as well, Sunday evening?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, here we go. So this is us getting things done on our working groups. And this is one of the reasons that I love our working groups, because
are we going to do this Sunday night after our team call?
Yeah, so our working group on Sunday is afternoon. And this is one of the things that we still, Tyler, need to get as far as the what do you call it? Our meetup groups. We've got our we talked about these meetup groups, and this is one of the things that we need to get our Cow in and
Yeah,
Rico.
I'm working on the I'll put the webinars on there, but the I'm putting the events on there right now.
So introducing blockchain boot camp for real estate. So I'll put in parentheses here, RETCamp. So this will put some pressure on me because I haven't done that much on the tokenomics, on the thoughts, because really want to incorporate some tokenomics for our customers on this too. So anyway, I like that color green there. Let's just duplicate this and we'll have this. Go ahead, Dex.
Yeah, I was going to say for tokenomics, we could, keep that for the main event, right? Not for the webinar.
Oh, correct. Yeah,
We just have to, they're going to just tell them that, there is a tokenomics part and we'll be going into the details.
I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about this, Dax, I think the opportunity for us to reward, I mean, we're rewarding people that participate here. The opportunity for us to reward people, this would be a great mechanism for us to get more REtoken and RETCamp in circulation, because this event, is an event by REtoken the Real Estate DAO. So we'll have some side conversations about that, because this is definitely something. And I'll think about this between now and our community call on tomorrow, and bring some more tangible stuff to the conversation. But I think that this may be a great opportunity to get more tokens in circulation.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So what time on Sunday is 6 Eastern time good, or should we go a little bit later, 7 Eastern?
We can try 7 Eastern and see how it goes. I mean, again, this is something that is just an experiment. If it works, great. If it doesn't, we'll switch to something else.
All right, well, fabulous. We got our first 2 webinars, and this exceeds my expectations. So when I was talking to Active Campaign earlier today, I was saying here in the next week or plus, so getting not 1 but 2 webinars on here for week 11 will be fabulous, because this is something that will really, I think, showcase our and the goal here. And anyway, love that we've got these on the calendar. This is something I'm going to take a screenshot here. Those people may or may not know I love a good screenshot, and this is one of the things I'm trying to get better at, is sending out more tweets. And for people that do love the social media, if you want to be involved on the social media here, this is something that we could absolutely create some incentives for, as far as some extra REtoken or RETCamp or whatever on that. So anyway, we got that. So let's get back here to our conversation on the working group for tonight. So we were talking about the webinar format here, and this is one of the things where we'll have a better understanding. So right now, your thoughts, Tyler, is to utilize Hopin here for these upcoming 2 webinars and see where that lands.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things. One is we are already paying for 100 registrants because we don't have a specific event happening in March. So we're already paying for them. Let's use them. And the second thing is, you had mentioned, once people log in and if they have good experience with it, then it'll be that much easier to say, hey, it's the same platform. You already know how to use it. This kind of.
So I'm going to actually put, and it'll be interesting to see how this translates here, but one of the tools that like using is Hammer Time. And this converts to some computer speak. So this is, again, our webinar is on the 18th, and 12 would be 10. a.m. Mountain Time. So this will be our first one. So we scheduled, I'm going to put this in the live stream here. So scheduled our first 2 webinars. We'll call this Introducing Blockchain Bootcamp for Real Estate. So the first one was here, and that's 12 p.m. EST. And the second one is on, what day is that? That would be the 20th. So just change this to the 20th, and that is at, and it looks like tentatively had the co-op housing meetup. So I think that we could slide that. I don't know if we needed that, but that's one, looking forward to that. That's something that we definitely need to get on the calendar, Tyler. We might slide that by an hour or something, but that's one where we're looking at deploying some additional platforms for fulfilling of the investment club. So might look at Tribute DAO, might look at DAO House, but anyway, let's talk about that later. So this one is at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. There's that one. So 7 p. And the cool thing about this hammer time, the reason I was showing that is that it automatically converts to someone's local time zone. And the reason that I put this in parentheses there so that people know that it is doing that, because like here on my screen, you can see where it's got the time. So that's a good little tip. Here's the tool that I use to do that. That's something that is kind of like a Discord hack or tip, if you will, for Discord power users. So there's that tool. So anyway, getting back to our agenda here. So how to present RETCamp. So that's the thing that really excited about. And this is something too, Tyler, where we need to kind of incorporate how we want that to look like as far as this into our affiliate strategy. So keep in mind, everybody, Mrs. Yonks and I are not affiliate marketing experts. So please bear with us as we're building out this blockchain bootcamp for real estate. And this may be an opportunity to learn some, it's definitely an opportunity to learn some new things. We haven't used Active Campaign. That's what we're looking at for fulfilling some of the email automation, email marketing, and stuff like that. So we'll be, again, very transparent. Those people that would like to learn some of this stuff, feel free to reach out to us because we're all learning together here. But that being said, this was most of the agenda that we had prepared tonight. What else did you want to talk about, Tyler?
Well, I think the biggest thing is Dax, Julie, anybody else that's listening, do you feel like you have a good enough grasp on what we're doing that you would feel comfortable presenting this to a friend or to a spouse or whoever? If you wanted to invite somebody to this thing, do you feel like you understand what we're doing, how we're doing it enough to do it? Because I know a bunch of people signed up as affiliates, and I want to make sure that we are giving you all the tools so that you actually know what you're presenting to people.
Well, in my opinion, and I don't want to speak for anybody else, but I think that that's the fabulous thing about this webinar is that it will be very easy for somebody to say, hey, come spend 30 minutes to learn about a project very excited about, and that will be, so anyway, that should be, in my opinion, a no-brainer because otherwise you can quickly spend more than 30 minutes trying to explain the situation. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking here.
So I guess that's more of a question for you, Dax, since you're the last one here on the live stream.
Yeah.
Do you feel like we gave you enough tools to
Yes, yeah, I am good with that. I'm still trying to figure out. There are like a URL. I need to like make it like a tiny URL or something like that, so that I can put it on my profile and ask folks to check it out and things like that. Other than that, yeah, I am good with what is about to happen. Yeah, what is going to happen. Yeah.
Okay,
I can
perfect.
explain to them. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Dex, I thought you had an awesome idea about building the affiliate directly into the link. Did you figure out a way to get it to work? Because when I tried to tack on your link to see if it would go directly to your promo code, mine didn't work. Were you able to get yours to work? Because I love that idea.
No, 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 it did not work. We have to like put that code into the on the ticket actually. I
Okay.
did try that. It didn't work.
I might follow up with Eventbrite and see if that's something I can figure out how to do. So in the
Well,
meantime,
it should be like this. I just posted it there, and I'll post it in the live stream as well.
The big thing was
But it doesn't.
if you do that, but then you click on it, it doesn't automatically populate with the discount and the affiliate. So it should work like that. That's what Dax did with his code, but it doesn't.
Well, and this is something too that may make sense for us to use ActiveCampaign. And when we're talking about like a workflow saying, hey, if you want to register for this webinar, here's where you go register for that. And this is, again, I think probably the easiest solution would be doing that there.
Let's spend just a couple minutes on ActiveCampaign before we wrap up. So we've been talking about ActiveCampaign for a little while. We just got it implemented. Couple things. It's primarily an email marketing campaign, although it does some other stuff, but you can't be in the database without an email address. So the first thing is everybody that I have an email address, I put them in. If you don't want emails from us, just opt out on the first one or whatever. The other thing is ActiveCampaign has a CRM, it has a database, it has a lot of cool backend tools. Some of the premier plans have text marketing and some other stuff that would be really helpful for people that don't like Discord, or they don't mind it, but they're just not on it all the time and they don't want to miss stuff. So we want to be a little bit more platform agnostic. So we're starting with that plan, with the lightest plan to start email marketing, and then we're just going to see how it goes and what we need to do. No obligation to anybody to get our emails. If you don't want them, then just opt out, and that's fine. So we want to make sure that we're getting people in a format that's convenient for them, and that people aren't missing the information. I've missed a lot of stuff when there are a million announcements in Discord and they're coming left and right, and I just don't catch them all. So I actually like emails, but that's just me.
Yeah, is there a reason why we switched to ActiveCampaign? I thought we are initially going to go with the MailChimp, right?
We started with MailChimp, and so two things. One was the integration between meetup.com and MailChimp was pretty poor. We had, I think, 150 people in all of our meetup groups, and it collected it. We just said sync to Meetup, and it synced with like 3 email addresses. So we're not sure what happened there. But it wasn't a great experience. The other thing is that MailChimp is really good on email. It does not have a lot of the capabilities that we were looking at from backend database and stuff. So I was building the backend of ActiveCampaign out, and there's all kinds of stuff. Like I can create people's Discord user IDs and wallets and stuff like that. So when we want to do things later on and spot check things, we'll be able to send out targeted emails at different user groups based on tagging and things like that. So it was just a little bit more robust of a tool. And also had text campaigns, and also had some stuff that we don't necessarily want to do right now, but it's something that we want to have an option for in the future.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and it also seems to have better CRM capabilities as well. So,
okay.
but that's something that we don't really have experience with either one. But like Tyler was saying, wasn't super impressed, because the main reason that we were looking at MailChimp originally was because it does support native integration with meetup.com, and it looks like Tyler's already had experience utilizing Zapier, and it's a high degree of probability that we'll be implementing Zapier here within Triple Win Foundation for we've started using Notion, and the opportunity of doing some things with Notion and integration there is a very real opportunity, as well as we're continuing to really put some solid tools in here to build a solid business organization to create some products like this blockchain bootcamp for real estate. So anyway, one of the things too, and I was just looking here at the agenda. One of the things that we had on here was the content strategy, and one of the things maybe before that didn't make it on the agenda that has been a topic of consideration myself is implementing this commonwealth.im. This is kind of in line with our building platform agnostic community. And this is a tool that have looked at, I believe this is one that's on the list for BitDAO is looking at. And right now we're kind of evaluating Metaforo here at REtoken. Let me show Metaforo. Here's the so here's the space, REtoken, the real estate DAO. I'll link this in the live stream. So this is a similar tool as Metaforo. I really like Metaforo. The challenge with Metaforo, and you can see here, it's got some really nice snapshot integration. Like this happened automatically when we already talked about this snapshot proposal earlier. And you can see here, we've got a few posts on this. And this is, again, just the opportunity for us to do things that are outside of Discord to inform and allow people to participate. Like this live stream right now, we're hosting through Zoom, not doing in Discord, because we found that it was easier for us to execute that than recording something on Discord. So anyway, and that's something that we'll be continuing to explore. But the thought here right now, and let me link this in the live stream before I forget. So here's the one for REtoken, is to create a space on Commonwealth for Triple Win Foundation. And this is one of the things that'll kind of be an ongoing work in progress as we're trying to make it easiest for us to support the different projects here that we're creating, because it does get complicated, because that's one of the things that's very different about our approach is instead of just looking at like real estate tokenization specifically, we're taking a look at the bigger picture, because we really, again, want to create a sustainable, scalable mechanism for building out equitable, affordable housing, because that's the underlying objective here at the end of the day. So commonwealth.im, I linked up the Metaforo. Here's the platform. So the thoughts are here, just while we've got a few minutes left of this working group, to spin up a new space so that we can start exploring to see if this would be a potential good solution. And I'll just type this in here. Because one of the things, my understanding, again, I do like Metaforo, but right now they only support Ethereum mainnet. And I don't know what they have on their roadmap. Commonwealth supports multiple tokens. We have our social token on Polygon. So is Commonwealth a good solution for, and this is again, we biddle an inclusive and platform agnostic community, i.e., not centralizing community building surrounding Discord is just a good example. So what do you think, Dax? Should we go ahead and fire this up?
Not sure if we lost Dax. I think it's great. Let's do it.
I think I'm still logged
Sorry, I
in.
was on mute. Yes, I said let's go ahead and do it.
All right, well, let's do it here. So this is I'm on the 3win.eth. Oh, and while I'm doing that, besides the proposal for Bluevine, we've got a couple proposals that will be coming down. I don't know if we'll have them created. Might save one of them for doing on the live stream tomorrow, but one that's been a long-standing one that have procrastinated a while is a reimbursement proposal for some of the funds that Mrs. Yonks and I have put forward. And then we also have the similarly, the reimbursement proposal for RET.eth. We're building camp.ret.eth. This is actually the first usage case of us using RET.eth, and really liked Mrs. Yonk's idea because that plays really well into the RET camp token that we created. So I was just getting my password here for MetaMask because I'm going to continue with the wallet. And this is the 3win.eth hot wallet. And that's one of the things just from best practices that I normally do is create, like, have that be the project owner. It makes it easier. And this is, again, something, let's see. So just logging in here. So this is 3win.eth. So we want to click on the little plus here. New Commonwealth community. We're going to call this 3win DAO Triple Win Foundation. And I don't know if it'll. I guess it only gives 3 choices for the base chain. I guess we'll use Ethereum because Polygon is an L2 chain to Ethereum. So these Cosmos and Near, those are some up and coming next gen chains. So it's interesting seeing Commonwealth supporting these communities. So upload icon, I'm going to just upload right now. Doing a very basic number 3 emoji, and you'll see what that looks like here in a second. So this is the rudimentary logo that we're using right now for Triple Win DAO right there. So we'll upload this to Commonwealth. And let's see. I'm going to just go ahead and save changes. I'm sure that we can update this stuff later. So welcome to the Triple Win Foundation community. So this is our very first, I'll put a link in there so everybody saw how easy that was to create the community here. So this is the new community on commonwealth.im for 3win DAO. So I just put that in the live stream chat there for everybody. I don't know if this is a permissionless, so I'll put this in the link here in the Zoom chat for everybody too. I'm going to go ahead and bring over my screen and see what it looks like for me to connect here with yonks.eth. So I'm going to log in, connect with the wallet. I'm going to just copy this from Twitter real quick. And upload my pick here real quick. I wonder what the difference is between the headline and the short bio. Anyway, save and finish. And let me see what this process looks like as far as, so I thought I had an account already here at Commonwealth, but guess not. And maybe that's just because I joined this one, I'm not sure. So there's the members. So we'll play around with this here. Don't need to spend some time on this right now, but yeah, we'll take a look at this and have some more conversations to see if this might be a solid tool for us, and see if it can support multiple governance spaces. This is one of the things that I'm not sure about, because going back to our agenda here, and this was something that I updated here earlier, and is our projects that Triple Win Foundation. So it'll be interesting. I would be surprised if it can support multiple, but we'll again explore this. This is a new tool for us. We're still trying to find, basically the functionality that we need is a forum, a more permanent forum. We would really like it to be on a subdomain that we own, like forum.ret.team, for example, or we have 3win.foundation. We also have 3win.club. And that's just several of the domains that we have for the organizations that we're building out here. But let's see, on going back to the agenda, this is one of the things we have on here, content strategy. Do we want to talk about content strategy tonight, Tyler?
Yeah, get the baby crying. The biggest thing on content strategy is that was more of a written and short film. So a couple of things. One is I would like to start doing a lot more written content, short blogs, like 250 words or fewer. And then I also, we have a huge need for a whole bunch of 5 to 10 minute max clips. And we have a new member in our Discord who's a professional filmmaker who offered to help with that. So I need to connect with him or her. I'm not sure if it's man or woman. But yeah, I would love to get more of a video, evergreen video content that somebody says, hey, what is REtoken? I can say, watch this 5-minute video. Or what is Token Summit DAO? Or what's Token Town? Or they can just read a quick article and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and on that note, mirror.xyz, this is something that will be a component in our content strategy. Mirror.xyz, similar to medium.com, but it's a Web3 native solution here. And I don't know if everybody saw, but I connected the REtoken hot wallet. And when we go to our space here, and here's the space, REtokenDAO.eth is our REtoken hot wallet, and we don't have anything on our space yet. And this is, again, Tyler, something to keep in mind on that we'll want to add from a branding standpoint. We've got our, on the display, like the opportunity to upload a banner here, and then also the cover. But here, as you can see, it says patience. When we have some content, then like just going to mirror.xyz, the main homepage, you can see Oh, it redirected already to the wallet. That's again one of the platforms that we'll be utilizing. And like here, this is something that's still an ongoing opportunity. We're going to be using WordPress multi-site, and we'll be getting that set up here. That's going to be one of my things that I'm going to be doing tonight after we conclude our working group, is working on getting everything turned on for WordPress multi-site, because we're planning on having a camp.ret.team basically be similar to as we've got the .eth. This will be our homepage for blockchain bootcamp for real estate, which there's nothing there yet. So this is something that we're building, and it'll come online. Maybe we'll even have it online a little bit more for tomorrow, but don't expect anything pretty or fancy. But because right now we put our webinar on the for Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern time and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, introducing blockchain bootcamp for real estate. Super excited that we got that done here. But going back to our agenda, this is the time that we allocate during our live stream to ensure that the decisions and next actions have been captured. So let me make sure that we've got this here. So set up the new logo on Coinbase, and we will add let's just change it, new logos and banners on all the sites instead of just Coinbase. So refresh that change that I just made over here on that. Decisions. So we decided to do our first. So what else are we missing here?
We set up bounties. So we need to set up bounties for the articles, the web stuff, all the assets that we need done. And then we also need to go through who wants to participate live in the webinar. This is not meant to just be Jason and me teaching the entire thing. We can, but we'd like to have a lot more people involved with it.
And I think Dax was talking about the Commonwealth space. I just added that here. Created the Commonwealth.
You got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and I'll put a link, or actually I'll do an embed in here. See how the or a bookmark. I'll do a bookmark. So have you used Notion a whole lot yet, Dax?
No, not really.
I'm really liking it. We looked at using.
I know. I can see that you are just very fluent. I can see that. You're just playing with it. So I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty powerful tool for and one of the things that did here, and this is still kind of an ongoing work in progress, going back to, and this space is now public here, 3windao.notion.site, but you might have to have an actual page. But this is like the 3 DAOs and projects. And then one of the things that was doing was consolidating the, oh, and I forgot, I thought I had this as a thing here, but oh, that's what it was. I actually modified it, was hoping to get everybody on the team directory page. And this is again at the main 3WinDAO page, the team directory. It would be great. Right now, the only people that we have on here are myself and Tyler. And now that we have this public, the people that are actively contributing, and you know who you are, we've got the Discord role, like right here, Notion contributor. If you're wanting to be more active, this is your opportunity, everybody. This blockchain bootcamp, we really believe that this is going to amplify and create a very sustainable, scalable model that we can blow up REtoken, the real estate DAO, here in 2022, but most importantly, have a framework where we can work towards cooperative housing solutions. But anyway, any final thoughts here, Dax? Go create your profile here on the team directory. If you need any help with that, let me know.
Sure, I will do that. Oh, just thoughts. I don't know. You might already about this stuff. Gitcoin, they have this grant. It's called what is that? Quadratic, or I forgot the name of it. Let me go back and check it out really quick.
Quadratic funding.
Yes, quadratic funding. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So
Yeah, and
I mean, I think it's an opportunity for us to, sign up and then,
it is.
yeah,
And we actually missed, I think, the submission window. Tyler did actually create a submission for REtoken the real estate DAO here but I think we got it in too late where we weren't approved for the latest grant rounds. And that's something that we're going to have White Hat DAO on tomorrow during our community call to talk about. I was actually on the Discord conversation when White Hat DAO was going through the process, and I believe I'm listed as a contributor on White Hat DAO on the Gitcoin grant rounds page. But we're going to have at least planning on having White Hat DAO, because White Hat DAO is a project that we love White Hat DAO as far as from a person standpoint too. So I think we have 10 minutes allocated during our agenda for tomorrow night's community call. So we'll be talking more about that, and that's definitely something that we'll make sure we get in here. I don't know if we'll have to go through the process of applying again, but we'll be talking about it tomorrow. And then if people find some projects that like White Hat DAO, because I think for every dollar it ends up like you get $100 in funding or something like that. So it's pretty fabulous.
Exactly. Yeah. I was looking at it, and then it's like for one die, it's like 125. I believe it's 125 dice. It's just a 1 to 125 ratio.
Right.
So I was thinking this, all we need to do is, just a bunch of, 15 contributors just to contribute like $1 each, and then we'll be getting like,
yeah, no, for sure.
Right there. Yeah, and then we could use it for, I don't know, like for hop-in or some other, tool.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things that will be pretty fabulous too, because we'll have the opportunity to potentially, like, the way that we're structuring the organizations here, because each one of these projects is a separately operated opportunity from a DAO governance and also from a legal framework. That's one of the things that we're very intentional about. I mentioned earlier that we're taking a security token path to market, but we'll be talking more about that because we're still very much in funding mode here at REtoken, and this blockchain bootcamp for real estate that we're creating here, tonight's working group. This, we believe, can be a solid revenue stream for us. And then one of the things that we've got on our roadmap is to create a certificate program for fractionalized real estate as well. But anyway, do you have anything, any final thoughts before we wrap it up here tonight, Dax?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, this is great. I think, we are making tons of progress here. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the boot camp and for tomorrow's community call. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. This is great.
Fabulous. And I will leave here our Google Calendar again. We've got the links on there. I love seeing that we added a couple more things, and we'll more than likely put I think that this, and I'm going to just put it on here real quick, that this is hold. We don't have it scheduled yet, but this is the co.rhome.i100. This is that's our ENS for the Co-op Housing Investment Club, Co-op Housing Investment Club. And looking at implementing Tribute DAO or DAO House. So that's again to and looking real quick on DWork. Let me go there real quick. DWork.xyz, And I think I've got, it might be easier to do it in another window. So yeah, here's the DWork window I was in earlier. So this is to fulfill this right here, the Our Home Investment Club Master DAO. We build a platform and blockchain agnostic investment club. Our investment club currently is on Ethereum mainnet. We'll talk more about that and I just put that placeholder on the calendar because I think that's when we'll get that all lined up, and I'll figure out if that makes sense, and then we'll take the hold off for that. And I'll just move this real quick to the
Just a side note, when you get a chance, please invite me for CRO and the Triple Foundation on the DWork, please.
Okay, I will send you a Discord message with those, and we'll get you added there as a contributor. And that's one of the things too. Let's be thinking about how we can get some. We've got this great DWork platform here. Let's be thinking about how we can use that, because like the new social media banners that came in from DWork specifically on a public bounty that we created. So this is really, I think, a great tool that we can look at creating some onboard workflow for. And right now I'm going to be spending most of my thoughts here in the next couple of days with the putting together our webinar strategy. So that's something. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble now. Got to get some food here. You have a good night, Dax, and I'm really looking forward. Got a solid week of agenda here for building this blockchain bootcamp for real estate, and I think that this will be a much needed opportunity for us to more effectively extol the benefits, onboard people about the immense opportunity that exists with real estate plus blockchain technology, because real estate is definitely needed a technology enhancements to make the process substantially better. But have a good night, and we'll catch up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button here. We'll have lots of content coming for building all the DAOs at REtoken and wherever this, I think we're also live streaming on the DAO hack as well. So have a good night, Dax, and we'll see you all later.